Hello guys, welcome to Thermomixing Adventures and welcome to my new pantry. Today I am coming to you to make a quick afternoon tea, and yes, it's not all perfect, the cameras aren't quite right, there's a awkward light on the screen, but I hope you'll get inspired and try this recipe in your Thermomix. Those of you who are subscribers over to Thermomixing Adventures, you got this last night, I think it was last night, last night in your inbox where you could download this month's series. And this month we're going on with dairy-free, gluten-free cooking in your Thermomix. Now don't look away if you are not gluten-free, dairy-free, because I'll be talking and teaching a lot about the different ways that you can make it if you're not dairy-free. Like, there are so many ways that you can substitute and swap, and you know, your Thermomix is here to serve you well. So if I can inspire you to just use it a little differently, then my job is done. So today I'm making something called 2-second muesli. Now excuse the glare on that camera. I have a taller tripod coming. It's not here yet. So you're just gonna have to put up with the little mark from the light for the moment. I'm going to step you through how to make this. Now, if you have been around with Thermomix for a long time, you would know this as cater. Very many years ago when I started as a consultant and we did cooking classes in halls and venues, we would do this as part of those cooking classes. And it is 4 ingredients and 2 seconds. And we used to use Turbo on the TM31, but we've got a guided recipe now, which is kind of amazing. And this recipe is like a really quick pickup. It can be a snack for afternoon tea. It can be served with like dairy-free yogurt, like coconut yogurt, which you can make in your Thermomix. You could serve it on, you know, some sort of mousse you've made. There's lots of different ways you can use this. Top a pudding or a pie with it as well. All right, it has a little bit of sweetness to it because there are 4 ingredients, and cater stands for coconut, almonds, dates, apples. That's it. That's all there is. So I'm going to take you through that today. Do say hi if you're watching on. That just lets Facebook and those of you watching on YouTube do subscribe. It tells the algorithms that you want to see this, right? So do engage, say hi. By the way, the replay will go up this evening, and you'll see on Facebook there's a reminder of what has been in the day as well. So just in case you're wondering how this goes, you'll also find that photo of the final product attached. However, today's is quite quick and sharp. You'll see the final product in a second. So the 2-second muesli is on Cookie Doo. Type it in, you'll find it. It is, I think, on one of the American platforms. It might be a Canada platform, and I think it might be in ounces in a second when we do it, and that's okay. With the Thermomix, it translates it, and actually this is one of those recipes, you can just chuck it in and spin the dial, and it's going to come out amazing. You can even swap ingredients, so I'll talk about that in a second, but let's go start cooking. Yes, I want to cancel my active recipe. Okay, first things first, as you can see, it's got 80 grams of fresh coconut, peeled, unpeeled, cut into pieces. I've just got shredded coconut. You can use desiccated coconut. You can skip this out altogether. You can add more nuts to it. I nearly did. I couldn't find in my new kitchen where I've just put things in a couple of days ago. I have 2 containers of coconut. I couldn't find any, but luckily I did. So I've got today the shredded version. I honestly don't know how much I've got, but whatever it is, I'm just going to roll with it, okay? Because this is one of those recipes I said you can chuck it in and it just works. I wish that there we go. We'll come a bit closer this way. 44 grams. It'll be fine, okay? All right, 1 apple stem removed. So I've done it with the core in, but this apple was actually, in the past this apple had a bit of a yucky spot. The kids had left it in the packet because it had a yucky spot. So I have cut the yucky spot off, cut the core out because it was kind of rotting from the inside of that core. And I'm going to chuck that in. So 1 apple. You could use pear. You could use rock melon. Like, you can use peaches in peach season, okay? Mango. Mango's a bit sloppy, but otherwise it's divine, like tastes amazing. Okay, next up we've got 10 almonds, like literally 10 almonds. I never keep to 10 almonds, and I don't even have almonds today. We are fresh out of almonds, so I have walnuts, which I have activated. Now, I'm going to tell you the story about why I activated in a second. And underneath there, I've just got cashews, and clearly I've got more than 10. Use what you need to use. I've got 4 children who are about to eat this with yogurt. I want a little bit more, yeah? You can double this recipe. You can just make it up and chuck it in by the handfuls. That works fine as well. So walnuts, while I think about it, when we were getting the pantry all happening, I missed a rare ingredient. 4 pitted dates. I missed it. There we go. I've only got 3 today, but they're medjool. They're big ones. The kids came out one day and said, "Mum, there's bugs in the walnuts. And we're talking 3/4 of a 5 kilo container of walnuts. I'm like, oh no, we've got weevils in the walnuts. Now, sometimes I wouldn't worry. These were abundant. There was plenty, okay? So if there was just a couple, I would have put it in the freezer and be fine, okay? But these were multiplying at a fast rate. So I was like, what am I going to do? So what we did is we actually soaked them. We put the walnuts, we covered the container. The container had a gap at the top. You guys have seen the big containers I use. Soaked it for 6 hours, 8 hours, about that, until I remembered. And then came back and rinsed them all out. And then I've got a dehydrator. It's nothing expensive. It's off somewhere online. I can't remember. I'll see if I can find the link and I'll put it below if I can. And I laid it out on the shelves and then I dehydrated it for the next, I think it took us nearly 24 hours. And by the time that process is done, you've activated it, which breaks it down into something that is more easily digested, and incidentally got rid of the weevils and the bits, because as we rinsed them to put them on the tray, we got rid of them. Now, because that's like $50 worth of walnuts there. Like it wasn't something I was ready to throw out. Like we used them. So anyway, incidentally activated. So if you ever get stuck where you've got weevils, if there's just a couple, put it in the freezer. No big deal. If you've got an abundant outbreak and there's moths flying everywhere, and yeah, that's how you can do it. You can activate everything. You can activate cashews, almonds, and it's actually quite good for you because your body has an easier time breaking it down. Okay, so let's finish this recipe off. On with the lid. Insert the measuring cup into the mixing bowl lid, and you can see it locked because we're about to go into turbo mode. So if you've got TM5 or a TM31, you don't have access to this recipe, you're going to turbo it. You turbo it until it's a good texture. Ours is 2 seconds. Spin the dial. And can you believe it's done? That is as simple. It says serve immediately. So I'm waiting for the arms to unlock. There they go. Look at that. Like fresh muesli. Done. Now this will keep a little while. You could probably keep it in the fridge for a day, but it's going to start browning because of that apple. So my suggestion is squeeze some lemon juice on it so that you don't lose that, but then you're going to have a bit of a tang to it. Now you might love the tang. If you love the tang, fine. If you don't, when you squeeze the lemon juice, add a trickle of honey, give it a stir, and you'll just find that it will stay not brown, okay? It'll stay that greener, more fresh color. Now this is, if you've not tried it, you got to give it a go. Also, I forgot to mention on the dates, if you don't have dates, I've done it with sultanas, I've done it with apricots. So don't feel like you are stuck to one thing. I've done it with pineapple and then had the apricot. It was really, really good. So you really can change this recipe to what you've got on hand and it will work beautifully and then ready to serve. So I'll just grab my spatula. Let me grab one of these bowls. And you can see how much it makes. It's about 500 by the time it puffs up in there, so 500 mils. And you can see the texture. Now if that's too thick of a texture, that's perfect for me. I wouldn't want it any thinner, but I know sometimes you've got kids and stuff and those bits of long shredded coconut would be too much for them. Just do it again. Easy as that. Okay, so just put it back on turbo again until it is the texture that you think they will like. You know, I don't think a mush would be very pleasant. I think, but you know, if you've gone too far, you're going to be a bit sad. But for us, you know, I've got 8, 9, 11 and 13. They'll be really happy with that on some yogurt in a moment. So that's it from me today. I hope you'll give this recipe a go. It's really tasty. Use what you've got. No need to go out and buy special bits and pieces. If you haven't already jumped over to thermomixingadventures.com.au, jump over there, grab your free download. Okay, oh, it's not there yet. Hang on. It's not up on the blog yet. Sorry, guys. I haven't had a chance to put it there. I actually have only just caught up putting last ones there. But subscribe, because then when I do put these out, you'll get them to the inbox and you can download them straight up as well. Okay, so make sure you're subscribed over there. But otherwise, have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video soon. So we'll see you then. Bye for now.